Yeah, welcome to welcome to another episode of Mrs. Z and Fifth with your host Zacchaeus and the Fifth General. Zacchaeus, what up, man?
It was good. Good to be here. Definitely, for sure.
Yeah, man, we're gonna
Yeah,
talk.
man.
So Kanye finally released this album, right? Donda. Before that he was on a little like listening party type of tour, filling out certain stadiums and stuff like that, recording the album at the stadium, um, doing some of the last minute touches on the album and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
then when the album came out, he said they released it without him knowing, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, just a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, man.
So everybody has heard. Well, I guess people listening to this podcast episode would probably heard the album by now. It dropped like I think it was like late Saturday midnight or Sunday morning. I don't know. It was a weird release date. It was it didn't even have a date. It was just, oh, it's coming out this day. Oh, it's coming out that day. Oh, it's gonna come out September 3rd, the same time Drake's album dropped.
Right.
Release dates were all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One of the songs that people heard, well, at least that went viral, was that song "Jail" with Jay-Z verse, and then another time it was "Jail" with the Baby verse part 2. So people heard this before the album dropped.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Some people say the album got leaked a week prior or 2 weeks prior, and so those didn't include the 4 bonus tracks at the end. It just ended with No Child Left Behind. So there was a lot of kind of speculation on the album, when it was dropping, how many songs was on it, how many features, just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But the album's here. So we're gonna take our time to go through it.
Yeah.
So instead of just doing it, because it's 27 songs, so
It's a lot of songs. Yeah.
so instead of just going through every song, because I'm not gonna go through every song. I'm just not. I'm just not gonna do that.
Yeah.
But so it's been
Yeah, man.
since 2019 he dropped Jesus is King,
Yeah.
and before that he dropped Yay, and before that he dropped Life of Pablo in 2016. So some people are comparing this album to 808s and Heartbreaks. That
Right.
album. They're kind of comparing it to that and Jesus is King, kind of like a mix of both albums. What do you think, Zacchaeus, man? What's your first initial reaction to the album from start to finish?
I was expecting to hear something good. Yeah. Something great, because this album had a lot of hype behind it.
Yeah.
So I put it on. I heard Donda, Donda, Donda. I was like, what? And I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that I'm gonna sit down, listen to Donda, Donda, Donda,
for like a minute.
Donda,
For like a minute.
Donda, Donda, and I was like,
I
I was trying to scratch my head on it.
For like a minute. Like it's literally
minute.
50. It's literally 59 seconds.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is that about?
Yeah.
See, there was it was like a unusual chant of Donda, Donda. Then I was like, okay,
Yeah.
man, I can't wait to get to the next track.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
get to a
what is
song.
this?
Right.
Let's get to a song.
It
Come on,
it
man.
starts out. Because it starts out Donda, 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 Donda,
Donda,
Donda, Donda.
Donda,
Then it goes
Donda,
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 Donda, Donda.
And let me tell you something. But as
Well-
the new artists would come up with that, they would have
Yeah.
been like, "Yo, we got to take this off, man."
Well,
Because it's Kanye.
it's
it's like,
Kanye,
okay.
and respect to him. I know he misses his mom. I'll never come against that. But from an artistic standpoint, I didn't understand it at first. But I started to kind of say, well, maybe it's just a mother tribute. Fine, whatever. We'll get to the next track. So then Jail comes on,
Jail, yeah.
Jail. First of all, it takes a minute before we even get to a verse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
the intro
hearing,
was kind of too long.
Yeah, we're hearing
for Jail.
A chorus for like 2 minutes.
I was like, okay.
Take what you want. Who's going to jail tonight? I got priors. I'm like, okay, hold on. How long are we gonna get to this verse? Then when you get to the verse, is Jay-Z, and the verse ain't even long. And then Kanye don't even spit. I thought Kanye was gonna have a verse.
Right.
I thought he was. I didn't hear it.
Because
it wasn't there.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I heard his verse. I heard because I was like, wait a minute, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm like, okay, the song was okay. So I had to like I waited for it. I wait till it finished. I hear the whole thing through, and I'm like, okay, let's just get to the next song, because I was like, okay, man. I mean, jail tonight, okay, but and then it got to. I was listening to Jail. I was like saying to myself, okay, man, this is what we waited for this long, okay.
Well, I mean,
okay,
it's not a typical hip hop album at all. You know what I'm saying?
It's not. It's not.
You know, I mean, he's rapping. I get it, but a lot of this album is experimental too. A lot of it is like, you know, for those who are familiar with 808s and Heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? So kind of similar to that. Maybe a little bit of Yeezus sound. You know, from that album. Production wise, this is not the same Kanye. This is not the same Kanye of old. This is not that Kanye. The last time we had a really good Kanye was Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was the last time we had a good Kanye, like that Kanye. You know what I'm saying? And he's not that anymore from a lyrical standpoint, because he's not really saying anything lyrically. He's not saying anything, and he never was he never really was a polished lyricist, in my opinion, on the level of that of a Jay-Z. But you know, he had you know, but he used to give you that on the first couple albums. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like
right.
He's not even really saying anything. He's just saying words. It's not even an art of MCing. Like, he's not MCing anymore. You know, it's like he's trolling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know what happened there with the Jail song. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, man. I thought it would be a longer record, and I thought I would actually hear a verse from Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the song that had a lot of hype, because it's like, it's been a while since him and Jay had a collab record. So that's why people put a lot of so that's why a lot of because on a personal level, you know, we didn't see Jay and Kanye around each other a lot when there would be certain functions. We went from seeing them together to not seeing them not as much in the past couple years publicly. So that's why it was such a big deal for these two to collab again to the public. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then a lot of rumors are speculating that there'll be a Watch the Throne 2. You know, another Watch the Throne album. I don't see that happening. But anyway, well, because Kanye seems to be a person who's not easy to work with. So
yeah. Wow.
Well, I mean, listen, in order to have a team effort, there has to be cooperation on both parties. I think Jay would be willing to do it, but would Kanye be willing to do it? Kanye just, you know, he just has a thing about schedules and all that. As far as musically, he's just not. It's just it's very different with him. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
You know, there's a stubbornness about him, I guess. You know, I mean that's the perception. I don't know this about him 100%, but the perception is that it kind of takes him a while to really get him somewhere. But you know, it's not like it's been 10 years since he dropped an album. You know, so I wouldn't say it's that too far away. But from a creative standpoint, I don't know what it would sound like sound-wise if he did another album with Jay, because I don't want to hear this I don't want to hear this production on a him and Jay album. It wouldn't be enough. So anyway,
it's gotta be a hip hop album. Yeah.
Exactly. What do you think about Hurricane, man? The record. We're gonna skip a few records. What do you think about the record Hurricane with the Dream?
I like that. I like that record.
I actually do too. Surprisingly,
like that's one of the records. That's one of the records I circled that I like on that album.
Yeah. I happen to surprisingly like it a little bit. It's probably one of the best songs on the album. That's not saying a whole bunch, but it's probably one of the best songs.
Yeah.
What? So
it was featured. Yeah, it was. I remember the features on Hurricane. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, who's on that record? Is it what's his name? Lil Baby. Yeah.
Lil Baby. Yeah, the baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
So the record's cool. You know what I'm saying? The Dream is on it singing.
The Dream. Yeah.
The Dream. I like the Dream. The Dream is cool. You know what I mean?
He's cool. Yeah, he's cool. Yeah, his voice. Yeah.
So his singing voice matched the tone of that song.
It did.
And then and then it sounds like we're hearing some quiet background vocals.
Quiet, yeah.
On
vocals,
part of the record.
Quiet, yeah.
You know, Kanye's verse. I just need him to try a little more. You know. I mean, I just need him to try a little more, man. It just doesn't seem like. It just doesn't seem like there's a lot of trying here. You know. So let's see. Yeah.
I like. You know what Jordan I like too?
What's up?
Believe What I Say.
Oh wait, hold on, my bad. That ain't the Dream. That's the Weekend. Sorry.
Sorry,
y'all.
Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, y'all.
Sorry, that's the Weekend.
That's the Weekend.
That was the Weekend. He sounds so much.
It sounds like the Dream. Yeah, sort of.
He does.
Yeah. So Hurricane is Lil Baby in the Weekend. All right.
Yeah.
Now that we got that corrected. The Weekend is cool too. I like the Weekend.
The joint with Jonah and featuring, was that Pop Smoke on that joint, Jonah?
Nah, that was Lil Durk and Vori.
Oh,
Jonah,
okay.
So surprisingly, I actually like Jonah. You know, and I didn't think I would because of the auto-tune hook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool song. You know.
There was kind of a message there from Lil Durk's verse. I got to give him that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, some of the other there's so many records that are just miss on these records.
I mean, it just miss. Some of these records just miss us, man. I mean, as far as like, man, it's just a different type of record, man.
Yeah, I didn't care too much for OK. I didn't care too much for Junior.
I didn't really care for that song.
Yeah, I didn't care for Junior, whatever you call it. He had some cat on there rhyming, changing his voice.
Hey.
It sounded weird.
What do you think about Remote Control?
I don't even remember the record. Young Thug is on that record, but I don't remember it. Like it's not a memorable record. It's not sticking out. 24, Moon. Okay, since we're moving down. No, you had something to say about Remote Control before I get into Moon.
Yeah, it was an okay record. I listened to it. I think I kind of checked that one. Like I liked it a little bit. You know, it was okay. Remote Control. You know, the flow was cool. You know. It was all right, man. You know, I wouldn't put it in my banger collection, you know, but it's okay.
It's not. What you think? What you think about the record Moon with Don Toliver and Kid Cudi?
It was Moon. I didn't really. I vibe with it a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit, just a little bit.
So I like the chorus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I actually like the chorus. You know, I want to go to the moon. You know, don't leave too soon. Don't leave too soon. How can I get through? How can I get through? You know, I actually like the chorus. And at this point, this is experimental music. It's not rap or hip hop kind of thing. It's to me this record wasn't. This was like a
alternative.
Yeah, it has some rock elements. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because honestly, I'm gonna say something about this record. If this wasn't a Kanye record and it was somebody else's record, I don't think anybody would bat an eye.
No, they wouldn't. No.
Like if this was a U2 record or Moby, then people would have said, "Oh wow, this is right up their alley," you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if this record, like I'm telling you, this record sounds like man, what's that band? I can't think of it right now, but if this was like a rock band or something like that, doing some song like this, some like you said, an alternative. I don't think anybody would bat an eye, man.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I happen to like the chorus. Heaven and Hell was decent.
Heaven and Hell was okay. Yeah,
it was all right. The track Donda, that was more of a skit. You know what I mean? I think.
Do you like the song called "Believe What I Say"?
Okay, now I actually like "Believe What I Say." I'm glad you brought us back
Me
to
too.
that. With the Lauryn Hill sample.
Yes, I like that.
I actually did like that record. I did.
I like that record. Yeah, I like that record because it just give me a Lauryn Hill kind of feel, kind of funny. I like the way he's flowing on it. I like the elements of that song. That's why I said I had to check it because I said I like this song. I said
he sampled one of Lauryn Hill's best records ever. Doo-wop, That Thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did. He did.
So,
yeah.
Everybody loves that record for the most part. You know what I mean? So he sampled that.
Yeah, that's what made me like the song though. That the way we did it. And I was like, okay, but though, like, listen.
Mm-hmm.
I purchased the Lauryn Hill album back in 1998 when it first came out. So just brought me back there. Like, oh yeah, Lauryn Hill.
Yo, what'd you think of Keep My Spirit Alive with Conway and Westside Gunn? That caught me off guard.
I like that song. I circled that song. So I like that song.
I like Conway and Westside, but Kanye's verse, it just didn't match. You know what I'm saying? Lyrically,
right,
it didn't.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I mean, subject matter.
Keep My Spirit Alive is a hot song. I like that song.
Now, subject matter is a different story. I will say something. I will say something about some of these songs, and I'm gonna get to the next record. Some of these songs, some of the artists who don't usually rap about some of the things that Kanye wanted on this album, they kind of tend to become chameleons and kind of match up the subject matter. So I'll give a lot of people who were featured on this album credit for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, then we got we got Jesus Lord featuring Jay Electronica. What you think about that album?
Yeah,
that song with Jay Electronica's
Jay Electronica.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus is Lord. Jesus Lord. Yeah, I like that song. Yeah.
So I like his verse. I like.
I like that song. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Jay Electronica's verse on here. You was asking about the Pop Smoke record. That's Tell the Vision with Pop Smoke. Honestly, it sounds like a Pop Smoke verse from another song altogether.
Wow.
It doesn't even sound like they actually did the record before he passed away. So this sounds like a record that was ripped from something else. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Could be. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, or no, not only could be, but it's true. So like it was like let me see who did that. Who did that on the record? Didn't Busta Rhymes did that on his latest album one time? He put ODB like that.
Oh yeah. He basically took his verse from Brooklyn. So he basically cut up his verse from Brooklyn Zoo on that record that he did with ODB. So yeah, in similar fashion.
Yeah. So this could have been the same thing too,
That's my guess. That I think that's probably what happened. I think they lend, who's controlling Pop Smoke's estate, as far as his music is handling and how they use features and stuff like that. That's probably how that happened. Because to me, it sounds like he was spitting to another beat, and Kanye just took it and then like made a beat around, and like Kanye, not Kanye, I don't know, whoever who produced it, just kind of said, take this verse, put that on here, and then we gonna make a beat around this verse. You know what I'm saying? That's what it kind of sounded like to me.
Oh, okay, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I mean that's my guess. So, we kind of jumped a few songs only because a lot of these songs ain't,
Yeah, it just, I mean,
it is. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, So I think the album is too long.
I think it was. I started listening to it. Then after a while, but some songs at the end caught my attention though. But
oh, you mean like some of the part twos, those bonus tracks?
Yeah, part two, the bonus tracks.
Well, let's get into let's get into it. Let's get to the bonus tracks.
But before I get to the bonus tracks, I want to say this real quickly. Yeah. I like the song called "Lord, I Need You." Yeah. I like that song.
Yeah. Ain't that the one?
I thought that was a good song.
Ain't that the one where he had a woman on there? Sound like he recorded a church service. He had a woman on there speaking in tongues. Is that the record?
Yes. Yeah, that's the record. Yeah, and then I like the song called also "Pure Souls" featuring Roddy Ricch.
So I don't remember that record. Oh wait, I do. I don't know how I feel about that record. I won't judge it. I don't know how I feel.
I like the flow because it's like Kanye's doing like a Roddy Ricch kind of flow to it,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's doing like a kind of singing style of hip hop, like singing flow and kind of which is cool, He he changed up his style a little bit just to go with Roddy Ricch, So
yeah,
it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Come to Life was also a good record too. It's also okay. It's an okay record. Yeah, it's okay.
No Child Left Behind was like extremely short.
That was too short. I thought that record was too short. Yeah.
Yeah, overhyped too. I remember people saying. So before this album dropped, people kept saying, "Yo, he leaked a record called No Child Left Behind." Da 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 da. Yo, this record, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't hear like it's too short, so you can't even really digest it properly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It really is just an album outro, in my opinion. Just an outro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Outro. Yeah.
So let's get to Jail Part 2 featuring the Baby, that version. What do you think? Okay, the song is the song, we know that, but what do you think of the Baby's verse? Because he talked about this is the Baby after they tried to cancel him for saying what he said at the Rolling Loud conference about HIV and AIDS and whatever, and the gay community was up in arms. What did you think about the Baby's verse?
I thought it was deep.
I had no problem with his verse.
Yeah, I had no problem. I thought it was it's very informative. It's very deep though. Mm-hmm. What he's going through, he really put his heart on this verse right here.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
you could tell he was thankful to be put on this album. And I remember Kanye saying that when they first released the album, and he's right. Jail Part 2 was not on it when it first got released. So a day later or 2 days later, they had to update the playlist and Jail Part 2 ended up coming on there, and they said that he feels like the record labels was standing behind silencing the baby, so that's why he didn't think that record made it. But him going to the public and making a statement that he wanted it to make it, but then it didn't. But so they decided to update it and put the baby's version on there. You know what I'm saying? What made the news was the fact that when they did that, one of those last listening releases, that he had Marilyn Manson come out there on stage with them. Now, I didn't get why people were saying, "Yo, what's the big deal with Marilyn?" I mean, Marilyn Manson is a person. I get it. A very expressive guy from an earlier era. I was a kid when Marilyn Manson came out. You know what I'm saying? Talented man. Talented. I mean, I can't really enjoy him. I can't get down with some of the things he does. But he's talented. I have to give props due. But it turns out this man is facing some sexual abuse allegations. I didn't know that. Yeah.
What? Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in a bit of a quagmire with the law. but he's not arrested like Bill Cosby was before they took him to trial. That's the difference right there. Looks like he's getting a Harvey Weinstein treatment. Remember, it took a while for them to put Harvey Weinstein in handcuffs. You know what I'm saying?
It did. Yeah.
So it looked like he's getting a Harvey Weinstein anyway. So him appearing on stage with Kanye actually brought up the women to become more public about the case that is the allegations and the case that is pending on Marilyn Manson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? I haven't heard that name in a long time. That's what was so funny about that. I'm like, Kanye gets on there and Marilyn song featuring Marilyn Manson and the baby. I'm like, wait a minute, Marilyn Manson's not on this record.
Wow.
I was expecting to hear him because some of the headlines tried to say that Marilyn Manson was on the record. He was not on the record. He was on stage.
Didn't hear him on the record.
He was on stage for some odd reason with Kanye. That seems like an odd pairing.
Yeah.
Kanye comes out with a freaking ski mask on. Stocking mask. He comes out there with a stocking mask. You can't even see his face.
Wow.
Somebody asked the question of why Kanye's covering his face. Kanye has been covering his face for a good amount of time right now. People are speculating that Kanye may have had an injury, and that's why he's covering his face. I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I mean that's what people are speculating. People are speculating that Kanye either had an injury or some surgery, and that's why he's covering his face. I don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Yeah,
I don't know because the baby came out there and he covered his face when he was on stage with him, and that's not the baby's characteristic. But he might have been doing that because Cass was trying to cancel him, and he didn't want people to know that was him coming out on stage with Kanye to this person.
Wow.
But Marilyn Manson, he don't put no mask on his face because Marilyn Manson is not trying to be incognito for nothing. Okay.
Right.
Wow. I feel like Lady Gaga learned from him in that fact because they both was on that shock factor type stuff. She didn't go as crazy as he did.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's for another topic.
And that's yes.
Yo, I'm gonna skip 2 tracks because it's just what's the point? Let's get the Jesus Lord Part 2 featuring the Lox.
That was a crazy record, right?
So
okay.
I'm a little confused. So
yeah.
Right after Verses, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jadakiss Almost said Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Yeah.
It was like a little video of him on and all of them on a private jet, and he said we got some business to attend, and
right.
A day later we found out that they were invited to one of the listening parties I think he had in Atlanta. I don't know where he had it. I don't know what city he was in at the time.
Right. Right.
So what happened is, then we find out that the reason why they flew out there was to feature on this album. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if they matched on the record. It seemed like Sheik was really trying to catch this flow.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss had a good verse. I thought, I thought Styles would have the best verse on the record, and I'll explain why. Styles has a lot of substance. He's the conscious rapper out of the three of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually thought this was Styles' bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? That's my guess. Yeah, man. Let me get your opinion on the record. I didn't talk so much. Let me get your opinion on the Jesus Lord Part 2.
I thought it was Jesus Lord Part 1 was okay, but I thought this record was definitely a step. It was like the last record on the. But I liked it because it featured the locks, and they always bring the lyricism.
Yeah.
So I kind of liked it because I was like, okay, this is what Kanye needed to have on a real hip hop feel album. That can it just make it feel hip hop when he did that. Right. Because and this is going to say, I'm going to say that for that record. Because when I listened to that record, I heard the Locks spit, and I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely the Locks. Mm-hmm. I was able to tell right away. Yeah. So it was good. It was good, but I hear that thing. I hear, man. But I thought the record was okay. It's a good record, Mm-hmm. I thought it was an overall good record. Yeah, man. It's good. Yeah, man. Yeah, a real good record, man. That was a surprise to me when I heard this record, from the old album, so it was good. Yeah. It was good. It was like a little step up from the album, Yeah,
well, So let's talk about Kanye the artist real quick, because there's no more to talk about this album. This album is not impressive. So let's talk about. I mean, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's have a conversation about Kanye, right?
Yeah.
Kanye is a man of a lot of antics. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. A lot of gimmicks and antics, and usually these gimmicks and antics are to just kind of put shine on the actual artist himself and to give him some type of promo and press run, because these days people are not going in the store and buying albums. They're streaming these albums, and these artists depend on those streams for royalties and stuff like that for their the projects. I honestly think that the reason why Kanye did these release parties, these album listening parties, that is, in these arenas, was to generate some type of flow for the recording of the album, and probably just to make up for the sales in general prior to the album actually being released. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it was more like a we had there's a lot of promotion behind this album, a lot of pulling, a lot of talk, cause and it did get a lot of streams on you. I see that on YouTube. It got a lot of streams on YouTube automatically. So, and and like you said before, people are not really going out there, or not. I wouldn't say going out there, not really purchasing records. Not really. It's just all about the streams. So I thought it was a. Oh man, is it safe for us to say mediocre? No.
The album mediocre, or the promotion process behind this?
The album itself.
Okay, the album itself, yes. The promotion process, as far as what he did, was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
The fact that you're able to during a pandemic still, that you're able to rent out the arena where the Atlanta Falcons play and whatever. You're able to rent out these arenas and pretty much sell them out. And you're not even doing a concert. You're just doing like a listening part. You're just playing the music and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And then
that's impressive.
And then you're able to charge $35 for chicken wings. You know what I mean? I don't know if you saw this, but the concessions food for the show were expensive. There was nothing under $40 from what they under $35 or whatever. I don't know.
Wow.
They charged $35 for chicken wings, man. I said, man, you better off going to Wingstop and getting an 8-piece. You know what I mean? Like, you better off going. You better off going. $35 for chicken wings. Yeah, let me tell you something. How many times me and you have went to shows and went out to eat when the show was over because they was charging whatever they was charging at the door?
Oh yeah, many times.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, you better go to KFC or Popeyes.
Yeah, or shoot, if you're in New York or whatever, freaking White Castles. You know what I mean? So
$35 for what?
For some chicken wings, man. And and I bet you the chicken was dry.
What?
Like, I mean, I just got a feeling.
I'm not gonna pay $35 for a piece of dry chicken wing. Are you out your mind? That's crazy.
And you know what's crazy is that that's to feed one person. Like, we ain't talking a family feast. Like when you go to KFC. I don't really rock with KFC these days, but just give an example. If you go to KFC and you get a family meal, you're getting like 12 to 16 pieces of chicken.
Right.
With 2 or 3 sides. You know what I'm saying? You're probably getting like you're probably getting like 16 pieces of chicken, 4 biscuits, a large mashed potatoes, a large coleslaw, and a large corn or mac and cheese, with probably 2-3 drinks. You know what I'm saying? For like $28.
Right. See?
Let me tell you something. Them chicken wings better be the best chicken wings I've ever had in my life. They better nah, for real, man. These better be Jesus chicken wings, man.
And then you have the nerve to be dry for $35?
Hey, I mean, I'm just guessing they was dry. Like, I never heard I mean, nobody said that the food was good. Nobody said that the food was bad either, so that must tell you something. Like, there was like no opinion. They was just saying that it was expensive. They was like, yo, this costs more than it would have been if I would have came to a Falcons game. You know what I'm saying? Same stadium. You know what I mean?
Wow.
The Mercedes Arena, the Mercedes Dome, or whatever they call that thing. You know what I mean? So, so the money that was generated, and I forgot how much money they said got generated, but they said the money basically that got generated pays for the album. It basically it paid for the project. Now, it costs money to rent these places, so I'm guessing that all that money that he probably he either profited from it or he broke even from how much it costs to actually rent these arenas.
Oh wow, yeah.
Because renting an arena is expensive. We ain't talk about renting some spot out there and some little some spot out there on 125th Street where you can only fit like 15 people. We ain't talking about that. And even that's expensive for, New York standards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? So I'm guessing that's what happened. And then if he made profit off of it, then it basically helps out with the money that he either would have made or missed.
Yeah, or missed. Yeah,
with with releasing this album and not happen to do a tour in the way that he would want to with the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of limitations.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, whole lot of limitations. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So what else you got to say about this, Zacchaeus?
Hey, what can I say? I mean, I give him props for putting out this album and having other features on it, man. And and I hope he don't come with another intro like Donda, 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 Donda.
The album has no cover; it's just a black screen.
Oh yeah, blank screen with Donda written on it.
Yeah,
in black letters. Yeah.
So it's no like real artwork or nothing like that.
Yeah. How about imagine the independent artist putting out an album like that.
Oh no. He let me tell you something. He would not be allowed. No, they wouldn't allow that. See, you could do that when you're a Grammy-winning artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're such a high profile like him, you can put a roach on the album cover and people will still listen to it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
That man want to put a black screen. And let me tell you something. The Yeezus album cover, originally he had to change, but the final product we got from the Yeezus album cover was just a CD with a red label on it, a CD with a red sticker. So Kanye's been known to do some off the wall things with his album covers. This was just a black screen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's some symbolism behind it. I don't know. Kanye doesn't really explain things. Kanye is interesting, and I guess a lot of artists are like him. And I understand and don't understand. Kanye will release something, and he won't really give context. He won't really unpack it. And I get it from a painter's perspective. A lot of our famous painters, artists, like Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, and all these other people, they let their art explain things. They didn't explain nothing. They just was like, hey, I painted this, deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So maybe that's one of those things.
Definitely a possibility, yeah. The one of those deal with it.
Yo, I swear, don't let me put out an album with a
with Donda.
Don't let me put out an album, right? And like the album cover is just like a plain like color or something like that, like it's orange.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, man.
I can never get away with that. And that's the thing. It got a project that's already out. But I'm like, man, imagine if I would have did something like that.
It's an easy, simple thing to do. Just type in Donda on your Photoshop. Not even Photoshop. Or illustration.
Yeah.
Donda, and that's it, you're done.
Yeah. Nah, but at the end of the day, God bless Kanye in this situation. This album is titled Donda because it's a tribute to his mother. Okay, so yeah, I'll give him that. But I didn't really like the album, man. I mean, the album's too long. If the album was like 12 records, then maybe we could say, okay, well, out of these 12, it was this good, and we're gonna take out of this 12 and say, he had like 6 songs or 8 songs out of the 12 that were good. But it's 27 records, and those last records are bonus records. So you're basically hearing, they're like alternate versions and remixes to original records that we just heard. So it's almost like playing the album back again, right? And just having another chance at listening to the same thing, but just maybe with different features. But the album, in my opinion, was too long. and there was a lot of things that could have been spread out on other albums, or just didn't make it at all. You know what I'm saying? So you said the album is So I think the album is subpar at best. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you said, mediocre. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm actually not gonna say too much more about the album. We're actually gonna wrap the show up pretty soon. Let me know what you got to say, man. You know, your last kind of thoughts on this album, and just Kanye as an artist, and what's the future of Kanye's music? You know, what's your perspective, man?
I think Kanye's gonna make more records. I think I think he's gonna make a back to basics album. He might do something like that where he comes with a straight hip hop album.
When will that be?
Yeah.
When will that be? When he's 50?
Yeah, it seems like when a man turns 50-year-old, he might think about doing a straight hip hop album, which I think he should, man, because some of the formulas, and I guess it's good to experiment with different beats and everything. It's good to experience, but he might. This album was I won't say it was a disappointment. It was just okay for the moment. Okay, you know. I mean, a few songs we liked on the album, but it's more songs that we didn't mention that it's like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they weren't worth talking about, man. They just weren't
right.
Worth talking about. This album is not, to me, for me that is, it doesn't have a lot of replay value for me. But yeah, go ahead, Zach.
Yeah, I could. This album, you know, like some songs have memorable, like some songs you just you remember singing a melody of some songs when you hear an album, and then you're all excited that you get out, and then you just singing some of the melodies of the song. You singing some of the, like, you just memorizing the verses. You remember, you're hearing the melodies in your head. You're like, oh yeah, and you start singing along because that song was it's melodic. It's just bring out some good. It's like melodic, and you remember the chorus, and you even remember some of the verses. I didn't really hear that too much in this album, like that, like timeless, you know, great bangers, timeless songs that you can sing along to. Because let's face it, like sometimes you forget the album, like you forget some of the songs that were sung. You're like, why am I forgetting this? He did drop an album, but I can't even, you know, sing some of the. I can't remember none of the choruses or none of the verses or some of the. I can't remember. Yeah, and so that's what I think. I think this album it needed some like at least. It did have few hip hop tracks, like real hip hop tracks, but it just needed that go back to the essence of people singing along to your music and getting and just enjoying it, and then a replay value too. Like, oh man, this song is hot, so I gotta replay it. So I gotta replay this again. It didn't give me that at all, you know. So no, yeah.
Well. Looks like so far Nas has dropped the best album of the year. We'll see. You know.
I thought that album was King's Disease too. I thought that was a hot album. I'll be honest with you.
In terms of mainstream artists, because I know some cats is like, really? I mean, in terms of mainstream artists, that Nas has probably in the mainstream probably has dropped the best album of the year so far. That's the speculation, you know.
Right,
we'll see what happens. We still have a lot more of the year left, you know. So I want to give a special blessings and for the events that have happened in Afghanistan, and also what has recently happened with Hurricane Ida with Louisiana, man. Ooh.
Wow. Like Louisiana, that was rough.
Yeah,
wow.
Man, they got hit with a Category 4 hurricane that slowed down a little bit once it got on the land, went to a Category 1. But a lot of the damage was done. You know, they said some places in Louisiana are not livable anymore. Some of those, coastline places. And, New Orleans, they said was without power for like a day,
Yeah,
just crazy, man.
It was a terrible moment in 2005, right? 2005. It was a terrible moment.
Katrina.
At that in Katrina, at that time.
Yeah.
Louisiana is one of the poorest states in the United States. One of them. Yeah, it's a struggling city. A struggling state, so
I think they tried to say that the state is also like, I think they also tried to say that overall it's the lowest wages paid as well for workers. So
wow.
I think that's what they were trying to say, that not only is it like what you said, but also they don't, the pay is, of course the living is different there. But
right.
Anyway.
Right.
Serious stuff, man. I hate when I hear stuff like this, man. Seeing stuff like this. I try to watch the news every now and then and try to keep up with that.
Yeah.
Prayers go out to people out there, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on now, but I just really hope that I really hope everyone's okay, man.
Yeah,
that's all we know, man. We'll find out more.
Yeah. Whew. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get up out of here, man. Anything last you want to say before we go?
Yeah, man. Yo, if you didn't listen to the Kanye album, you may like some songs in it, so definitely listen to it. And we'll be doing more music reviews. Hey, yeah, maybe we could do a.
I mean, if like I said, we know how this goes. Obviously, we did this because it's Kanye, and not for nothing, it helps with the views. Just keeping it real. Mm-hmm. Talk about something that's popular, you're gonna get streams on your podcast.
Right.
Let everybody know what where they can reach you, man.
Hey, you can reach me on Facebook, Wayne Zacchaeus Bacchus on Facebook. Also, you can reach me on Instagram, Zacchaeus B73 on Instagram. Also on Twitter, at Wayne Bacchus 2 on Twitter. Yes.
All right. Y'all can holler at me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at the Fifth General. All right. Signing off. Zacchaeus and the Fifth General.
Signing off.
We'll see y'all next time. All right. This is Ian Fifth.
Peace.
Peace.